there's all kinds of positive things that can result if we do figure out how to leverage this effectively, that you see there. So we have potential access to all these different informational networks. If you ask people across generations how to solve a problem, you're going to get such great different strategies if you're willing to listen. And then what would be possible if we merge those together? For better or for worse, it doesn't happen naturally. So if you say, well, that sounds great, Megan, but that's not what's happening at my workplace, you're probably right, because we find through research that without a strategy, we're really just going to get conflict, miscommunication, tension, frustration. So we need a strategy. This is a better headline. So as Fanny mentioned, Gentelligence was featured in Harvard Business Review. It was actually their big idea piece for March. So we were thrilled about that. And it has absolutely opened up a huge new audience for us for this conversation. So these are best practices in both cross-cultural management and diversity and inclusion, but very rarely are they applied to generations or age as a kind of difference. So I'm going to take you through each one briefly. So the first one we want to start with is identifying assumptions. So of course, this is trying to raise our awareness levels on implicit biases we're carrying around. The second practice is my favorite one. It's called adjust the lens. And the best way I can describe this to you is to think about the last time you traveled. And I hope it wasn't that long ago, but you probably, if you went to another culture, another country, realize there was a high likelihood that you might be misunderstood because these people grew up differently than you. They have different language than you, different norms. So you work harder to make sure that you're not being misunderstood, and you work harder to make sure that you're not misunderstanding other people. So if we could bring that same mindset into our generations, imagine what would be possible when we're working across age differences. Once we've broken down some of that bias, we have to work on building up trust. So this idea of, I'm sure you've heard the phrase psychological safety. We want across generations, everybody on our teams to feel safe to both contribute ideas, because we need them all right now, as well as ask for help. And then finally, last one, the practice we call expand the pie. This is all about the fact that we're in this together and we need to break away from this like us versus them false competition that's been depicted out in the media. And so if you can get everybody on your team focused on what your shared mission is, like, do we all understand where we're going? And then invite different strategies to get there. That's where we're able to create this expanded pie, this mutual benefit, creating more together than we can separately.